Alright, you guys are wondering, who's this person that I promised never ever ever to do another video about them as long as I lived? Well, here you go. Laughing Witch, ladies and gentlemen. Laughing Witch. I said I'd never do another video after I did one response video to her. So, okay, here she is. She's back. I'm back doing videos about her. Never say never again, as I said in that other video. Alright, let's get into this character assassination of Sargon of Akkad. I mean, it seems like they got bored of Thunderfoot, so now they have to go for the next best straight white British guy who wears glasses.
Hey YouTube, it's Laughing Witch. I'm going to do another video.
Hey Laughing Witch, it's China93. I'm going to do another video about you.
This video is going to be very different from all the other videos I've done, really.
So it's actually going to be good.
See, what happened was I did a video saying that Sargon of Akkad was striking the first blow in this stupid scheme that the right has, you know, the cuckoldery crowd, to go out and attack every form of social justice to try to subvert it, and that they were going to use electronic devices, basically, to just go out and troll.
It's a conspiracy! It's a conspiracy! Oh dear, oh dear. Some things never change, Laughing Witch, do they? Do you honestly believe that us who disagree with you are out there to subvert the cause of social justice for our own means in order to, like, increase the number of right-wing people in the world to push the right-wing agenda? I mean, what can a bunch of left-wingers like me and Sargon possibly do to help the right-wing subvert social justice? It's kind of ironic because the only people who actually subvert shit is social justice. I mean, I could think of one example. Hell, I could think of two examples. Atheism and Occupy.
And I did a video warning everybody and suggesting that perhaps Sargon had something to do with it, because within a day of him doing this video about anti-social, the social justice warriors, then this article had come out in the Daily Stormer, I believe it was.
Oh wow, all of a sudden every single anti-social justice warrior is now a Nazi, because through cosmic coincidence, when Sargon of Akkad makes a video about social justice warriors, an article from the Stormfags happens to come out as well, bearing in mind that the Stormers think that Sargon of Akkad and people like me are also social justice warriors. Wow, that surely is proof of a right-wing conspiracy to subvert social justice. I mean, fantastic. I love the evidence. Just cosmic coincidence. Yes, people, in 2015, cosmic coincidence is now evidence. Well done, Laughing Witch. You've really, really outdone yourself this time. You can't possibly outdo yourself again now, can you?
Anyway, I guess some people had watched the people in the comment section going off on me, and I've been ignoring it and just letting it run its course.
Because you're a strong, independent woman that don't need no internet troll.
But someone came and gave me a link to Sargon of Akkad's Facebook page. And my original response was, well, he deserves his privacy. That's his Facebook page. And they said, you have to go look at the open racism and misogyny on the page. So I went, and I was right about Sargon of Akkad. He's a racist.
Well, this certainly isn't creepy. I mean, what could possibly go wrong about stalking somebody's Facebook page looking for evidence of racism and misogyny? I mean, surely confirmation bias couldn't have been helping you along the way, could it?
He also thinks violence against women is hilarious. He thinks it's a joke.
Girl on a stretcher. That's good evidence that there was violence committed. I mean, I'm sure it couldn't possibly just be a pun now, could it?
I've redacted faces and I've redacted names because I'm not interested in doxing Sargon of Akkad.
Well, at least you've got some morals, Laughing Witch.
But he is a racist, folks. He doesn't have to be a card-carrying member of the Ku Klux Klan to be a racist. The implication of his memes, which he's collected on his Facebook page, are that, black people can't be in science, just put them down and say that they're inventing watermelon, that's so funny. I just, that's not funny at all. It's stupid.
I don't think you know the dictionary definition of the word joke, Laughing Witch. It is a meme of a black guy in a laboratory making synthetic watermelon. Is it risque? Is it a racial joke? Yes, it is. But does that make him racist? No, it doesn't. Because that meme is not saying that black people cannot be in science or in the laboratory, you idiot. That's not what it's saying. I've seen people send jokes like this, and they are black, or they are Asian, or mixed race, whatever, because they're funny, and people bond with jokes. Jokes help people get over shit. It's true. But you won't understand that. You have no sense of humour. Oh well, let's carry on. Let's see more evidence of this supposed misogyny and racism, which totally isn't a character assassination, you know.
But this is what this man goes for. He actually, the picture of the woman on a stretcher, you can see him saying he's going to figure out, what happened because it was taken down because it violated Facebook's rules of service or terms of service because it implied that beating up women is great.
Seriously, this isn't poetry, Laughing Witch, where you could just put any kind of meaning on a line and say, this is what this poem means. No, this is a joke with a very specific meaning. The woman was on a stretcher. The pun was, women get carried away. It does not imply violence. She could have fainted. She could have, I don't know, had a brain problem. She could have had a stomach ache. You don't know. It does not imply violence against women. And Facebook are well known to have stupid terms of service. They rivaled YouTube in the most flawed internet terms of service ever created. Now, obviously, this doesn't really matter to you whether or not the joke implies this. It's just whether or not you can spin it in a way that it does. Because only a social justice warrior would spin something in such a way. Well, other than the religious right, but, since when have they been relevant?
Anyway, I just wanted to put this out there because this is who Sargon really is.
Oh, have you met the man? Have you said hello to him? Did you message him? Did you talk to him? Did you read his mind? Did you send an alien probe into his bum and decipher what his true thoughts were, what his true personality was? That was a South Park reference.
I don't know what Sargon did to the person who sent me this link.
Probably absolutely nothing.
But apparently it was enough that this person wanted me to go out there and show that he is a racist. He does not have to be a card-carrying member of the Klan.
Yeah, he's British. He's not going to be a card-carrying member of the Klan. And even... that still doesn't prove that he was a racist. So he's posted loads of memes with puns on them. Risque puns? Oh, but they're only risque in this day and age, thanks to people like you. I mean, what are you talking about? None of these memes have proven so far that he is a racist and that he doesn't like women. In fact, they've kind of not proven anything at all. Kind of the opposite. They've proven that he's got a sense of humour and that you do not. But don't worry, when it comes to social justice humour, I'll be getting around to that in a couple of minutes. Don't you worry, Laughing Witch. Because this'll blow your argument out of the water.
He is a racist, and he's a sexist, and he thinks beating up women is great.
Alright, we get it. Stop repeating yourself now. That's a sign of old age.
And he thinks women crying or being terrorized is great.
And you still haven't proven any of this. Come on. Where is this proof that he likes all this shit? And that he is all this shit? Come on.
And he thinks black people shouldn't be in science, and if they are, he's just going to mock them.
No. Just no.
And I just wanted to put this out there. I don't believe in doxing people, so I'm not going to put his name out there.
Seriously, stop repeating yourself. It's definitely a sign of old age. Did you know it was a sign of old age?
But this is what's on Sargon of Akkad's Facebook page, Sargon of Akkad. He doesn't care if people rape children. I was going to do a video where I showed how he...
Whoa, hang on a sec there. Now, I'll get to my argument killer in a minute, but first, I have to say this. Sargon has a baby boy, and I think he wouldn't take too kindly to people raping children now, would he? Parents they get even more worked up about that shit when they have their own kids for the first time and for the second time and for the third time, etc. So even if he did share a joke or was told a joke about raping children or whatever, you've not shown the meme to us yet. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that yes, you're going to show us this evidence of this joke. But that does not mean that he personally does not mind kids being raped. No, that is a lie. That is just misrepresenting what he said. As he said before, it's character assassination because you have no way of trying to counter his argument, so you have to resort to shaming tactics. You have to resort to this. And you know what? It's time for the argument killer. Now, you've heard this all before, and I'll say it again, but a bit of an added twist. See, when Bewildered Ape did his video about Thunderfoot, saying that he was lying about his dad suffering from cancer, and that he was just saying all that so he could play the victim card and get a load of money for his Patreon, apparently that was satire. To you, that was funny, because apparently he was just copying what Thunderfoot did verbatim. Yet, when we share silly jokes that can be risque and may or may not be considered offensive, apparently we're now racists and misogynists, and we weren't telling a joke. That is hypocrisy. You are a hypocrite. How can you go onto YouTube and give us this bullshit about Sargon of Akkad being a misogynist and a racist because of some stupid memes that he posted either in the past or in the present, and then turn around and defend Bewildered Ape for his actions? J'accuse! You are a hypocrite!
He was upset about the woman who he claims was stalking him being a pedophile versus, him saying he doesn't care if Davis Arini was a pedophile, which...
This is where we get into even more shameless tactics from you, Laughing Witch. This is more disingenuous assholery. That woman actually did stalk him. She tried to split up his relationship with his partner. I don't know if she's his wife or his girlfriend, but let's just say partner. She tried to split them up because she thought that appealing to his woman would somehow appeal to some kind of feminist thing inside of her, but it didn't, because she isn't a feminist and she approved of what he did on YouTube. Also, I don't remember her saying she was a paedophile. I don't remember that. This was a long time ago. This is old news. And you've not once brought up any evidence to show us that, yes, he did say that she was a paedophile and he was appalled by it. Maybe she said something horrible about his boy. I seem to recall that she was sending a lot of messages to him and his wife, or girlfriend, partner. And I would not be surprised if she used certain language and certain words to convey something about his boy that he didn't like. Yet he never said, as far as I'm aware, and I watched the full 3-hour thing with him and Kevin Logan, that he never said that he didn't care if he was a paedophile. He said he didn't care if he was a white nationalist or a thingy. Was it a Holocaust denier? It's all about the documentary, not Davis himself. And besides, you're still not proving anything.
I don't think he is, and I don't want to get into all that nonsense. But
yes, it is obvious that Davis Arini is not a paedophile, and yes, we shall not be getting into those murky waters.
Truth is, when he's talking about this woman too, he says, I don't care. He apparently does not care if people rape children. He truly doesn't.
Stop trying to misrepresent what he's saying. Now, it's quite cute that you would actually not show us what he's saying. You're just telling us, and we have to listen and believe that he said to this woman that he doesn't care if they rape or kill his child or children, without any context whatsoever, without any evidence that he said any of this. You see, I get the impression that he says, he's kind of said, you know what, I don't think you're going to do it. You're bluffing, you're trolling, you're just trying to cause trouble, so I don't care what you do. You're not going to split me and my wife and my child up. Maybe that's what he was saying, but this doesn't help your narrative and your agenda on Sargon, so you have to make shit up.
So you have a man who is a racist, who believes black people, I guess, shouldn't even be in science, but if they are, they're a joke. Who thinks beating up on women is hilarious, and who loves to see women cry, and doesn't give a shit if children get raped. And that is Sargon of Akkad in a nutshell. And with that said, I guess I will see you all in the comment section of each other's videos.
Well, I'm sure for those of you who have actual brain cells, I think you can definitely see here that this video says a lot more about Laughing Witch than it does about Sargon of Akkad. What we see here is a person willing to lie about a person because they don't agree with what they say. A person who is going to say any kind of shit, like I said, whether it's to lie, misrepresent, or to be disingenuous, to take things out of context, in order to win an argument because their own factual arguments simply cannot hold up to the weight of Sargon's and other people's arguments like Sargon. This is a person who will find their personal Facebook accounts, and despite their words of, well, I didn't really want to do it, they'll do it anyway in order to get at him, in order to show us that he is some horrible person, despite the fact that the evidence that they show us is not evidence at all. They're just jokes that don't say anything other than silly jokes. There is no horrible secret meanings behind these memes. This is just simple character assassination. Because what happens when you've ran out of anything good to say in regards to a debate? You go for the character. You attack the character. This is just one of Laughing Witch's great ad hominem videos, basically. And it not only shows that she's willing to dig deep and to play dirty, it also shows her blatant hypocrisy, because she would not be making a video decrying bewildered apes transgressions when it comes to personal attacks. Apparently that's just satire, because apparently Thunderfoot does it, despite the fact there is no evidence that he has ever been a horrible person, or whatever they used to call him, because now he's no longer flavour of the month. He has to go for the next best thing in Sargon of Akkad. Face it, you're not really doing this because you're worried about him. You're not worried about the influence he has on people. You just want to shame him. You want to win an argument because you've run out of all other options in order to win it. And you want the subs. You want the attention. That's what you're really here for. This is why you're going for people like Thunderfoot and Sargon. You could totally just make videos about social justice and why it's good, and, you know, actually going for people on our side who warrant a good intellectual ass kicking, you know, those who make us all look bad. But no, you go for the people that make us look great and make them magnificent. Well done. You're doing our job for us, Laughing Witch. Well done. And anyway, people, this has been JowingMan93. Like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, I will see you all later.